All right, let's bring in Kent Strang. He's the Managing Director of Americans for Prosperity, and Tim Phillips is the Director of Government Affairs and Global Strategies at Nestpoint. Great to have you both here. So I want to get your thoughts here first, Tim, on this deal. I mean, 145% tariff was the original deal, but now it's been scaled back. Both sides seem to be happy. But I want to talk really about that rare earth minerals deal, because if that starts coming into the United States, a lot of people don't realize that it actually funds a lot of things here in the United States. It powers $7 trillion worth of U.S. goods per year. Also, it helps with iPhones, cars, military defense. So is this a good deal here for the U.S.?
It's vital that we continue having access to China's rare earth minerals. We're a few years away from being able to do it on our own. I think Trump's folks were masterful in threatening to pull the visas for over 200,000 Chinese students studying in the United States. That's a leverage point that did help. The threat of the higher tariffs also helped. So this is a difficult negotiation, but it's time that we finally confronted China, and they're doing the right thing in attempting to do this.
Sure. Like I said, markets down. And again, experts allege that that's in reaction to those reciprocal tariffs that the president had mentioned late last night before going in to enjoy Les Miserables. But I wanted to talk with you, Kent, about the CPI, because that also came out yesterday. And it takes a closer look at inflation for the month of May, year over year. It came in lighter than expected there. So that's some good news for folks who are looking for a break. Under President Trump, core inflation has been at 2% on an annual basis, the lowest level since March of 2021. Also, wage growth remains strong while prices continue to fall. Prices for everyday Americans are coming down. Gasoline prices down 2.6% over the past month, down 12% over the past year. So this is some good news for not only the president, but also the American public, Ken.
I think this is great news for the American people and the president and the administration. And I think it's a perfect example of this Republican Congress and President Trump righting the wrongs of the Biden administration. Why are we in this mess? We're in this mess because the Biden administration spent $5.5 trillion in wasteful spending on green new energy scams. They rose inflation to a 40-year high. They cost the average American family $11,400 more. And now we're seeing Republicans right those wrongs. Gas prices are down. Inflation is at a stable rate. And now Congress can take yet another step to provide certainty for the American people by avoiding the largest tax cut hike in American history, by passing the one big beautiful bill and providing certainty by making the Trump tax cuts permanent. It's going to help our families, going to help our businesses.
What's interesting, too, is economists, they predicted the opposite, but low inflation, 2.4%, almost nearing a record four-year low. So this is good news, especially for the milk, eggs, smartphones, gas. It's all good news.
That's right. Let's save some money here.
Save some money.
All right. Kent and Tim, thanks so much for coming on this morning. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Well, President Trump has deployed the National Guard to Los Angeles to combat the riots that we've seen. Those who are protesting the arrest of people who are here illegally, many of them with prior criminal records. And there are reports now that the Guard is actually assisting ICE with some of these arrests. We'll dive into the story with Judge Navarro.